Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I just wanted to have a quick chat to you. I apologize, I haven't got any fresh footage for you. It's with me being unwell, I haven't been filming in the last week. Um, and it's more about the conversation today. So I have given you some cute footage I have to at least keep your eyes amused. I want to take some time today to talk to you about myself and a little bit about my journey. And more than anything, I really want to open up the conversation. When I started this, I had been very disconnected. I am a survivor, and I will talk more about that. But part of me surviving was detaching to do so. And when you do that, you become very disconnected from the world around you. I was not disconnected from the universe and I was not disconnected from nature and my animals, but I had to a degree lost my faith in humanity and didn't exactly know how to live anymore. When I started this channel, one of the main reasons was that I got such pleasure and relief out of watching the girls, and on some level, I hope that out there someone else might get some benefit of it too. The thing I really did not expect, and I have spoken about this a couple of times, was this phenomenal community of people. And in a lot of ways, the best thing I ever did was taking some of those conversations off YouTube. Someone summed it up to me perfectly in the last week, and that is that I had the piggies, but I didn't have the support. And it has been the best thing I could have done. That old analogy that sometimes the best medicine is knowing you're not alone, and you're not. None of you are. I'm here for you in the comments. I'm here for you in other capacities. There are different ways you can get in touch with me, and I will list them in the description, and I'll put as many links up as I can in regards to that. I will talk to you about my experiences here, but I will not talk about the personal nitty-gritties of that. I will, though, happily tell you if you would like to know. So drop me a comment. I'll let you know how to get in touch. One of the ways I thought I could potentially do this is once every week or so, I could make a short video when I talk about one of the different techniques and ways that I found for myself that had huge benefit. If this is something you would be interested in, let me know. The meditation obviously is very important to me in all of this, and had I not made that decision to start meditating on a daily basis over 15 years ago, I wouldn't be standing here now, nor would I be capable of having this conversation with you. But it wasn't so simple. There's a lot more to it. I wrote my way out of it in a large degree. I faced all of those bad parts of myself that I needed to, and I faced the truth. I have a stubborn belief in some ways that once I actually see something, the choice is then mine, and I'm normally incredibly determined not to let it affect me in an adverse way again. Sometimes that can take a long time. I have to tackle myself and all of my own triggers and cycles I've formed around it, but eventually I get there. So I spent 30 years of my life in PTSD from the age of 6 to 36 years of age. Around 5 years before that, so around the age of 31, I suffered some deaths in my life. I became an insomniac. I suffered very bad depression, and I had recurring nightmares for around 5 years. During this time, I had my crystal shop, which I will have spoken to you about before, which I loved more than I can ever express. It was my air and my reason, and I loved every second of it. Shortly after I closed the door of my business, I went on the first holiday I'd had in over 7.5 years. I hadn't had more than one day off in a row, and that whole time I would be in the shop all day and I would make jewelry all night at home, and then I would repeat. This was 10 years ago, plus maybe 10 days, so this has all been quite recent. Um, a lot of this for me. And on that day, I nearly died in the Black Saturday bushfires we had here. It took me another 3-4 months until I had a complete nervous breakdown. I did, though, through all of that, finally get to the cause and not the symptom, and I found a way to survive. About a year after that, I came off all medication, and I have not had any episodes since. During that time, I saw a psychologist, and she spent 5 years asking me the same question, and that is, how did you survive this? People don't survive this. How did you do that? And we spent a lot of time trying to work that out. I often joke that it was sheer obstinance alone, though maybe willpower is a better way to look at it. But there are ways I survived, and I have spent a long time trying to work out what a lot of them are, and these are some things I can share with you. About a year after I came off all my medication and got my life sorted, I had another bad incident where my dog was badly hurt, and 3 weeks later I was badly hurt. I ended up with 7 staples in the back of my head. I remember in the moment deciding to fight for my life, and it's one of the few things that's kept me going, though I still can't to this day explain why. Everyone thought I would fall apart again, but I didn't. I walked through it. I got there. I became stronger. It's now 8 years later, and none of that has changed. What I suffer with now is the aftermath of all of it. My wiring doesn't quite work. I can't distinguish the difference between hunger, thirst, and being tired. I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and I cannot do as much as I used to do. But the biggest cure for me in the last year was finding those guinea pigs, and then going onto YouTube and finding some of those wonderful people on the other side of the screen. So if you'd like to know, let me know. I'm ready to talk. And know this more than anything, you're not alone. The last thing we need when we go through this is sympathy. What we really need is empathy. And we know the difference. Right, so that wasn't quite where I was intending to go, but I have learnt with these things and I'm just going to leave it be. So I've also put a couple of little cards in. If you could please do them for me, I would appreciate it. It'll give me a better idea of where you want me to go with a lot of this. I have more ideas than I can do. And thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.